Welcome and welcome back to Sun, Moon, Rising Interviews. I'm astrologer and energy reader erucarose, and today we have a co-host from the Dark Alignment podcast. Brittany is here with us today.
What's up, everybody? I'm super excited to be here. Thank you for bringing me along for the ride. This is my first time for the Sun, Moon, Rising interview, and I'm super pumped to help out. And today we are super excited about our guest. We are going to be talking with Sanhre Daffowt from the Order of Chaos podcast. And tell us your sun, moon, and rising.
I'm a Leo sun, Leo moon, and Scorpio rising.
Amazing.
That combo is so intense. And being on the opposite side for me with the Aquarius moon and rising and Scorpio sun, like I just feel like the tension is similar, but just kind of opposite.
I imagine they're both squares.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the same amount of tension, but probably in a totally different way.
Right? So I'm really excited to get you with these questions here. Do you want to dive right in? We have 12 questions, one for each sign.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Cool. There are no wrong answers. Question number 1. What elements do you resonate with most? Water, earth, fire, or air?
Definitely fire.
Definitely fire?
I was curious to hear what you were going to say there.
You got a lot of fire, and then Mars is one of the rulers of Scorpio, even though it's a water sign. Adds like that.
Scorpio is shockingly fire.
I believe it was Aleister Crowley who he said that Scorpio is the fiery part of water. That made sense to me.
Makes sense too.
I agree.
All right. Question number 2. Do you feel most comfortable in the morning, afternoon, evening, or night? What's your prime time of the day?
I aspire to be a morning person. Like when I'm with my kid, for example, and I'm up when he's up, I love that. Like it's great, but it's also pretty hard for me to get up early if I'm not super motivated to.
Okay.
It makes sense.
This is one of my favorite questions to hear how people answer it. So morning is iffy, but is there a main prime time of the day for you, where you feel the most energized?
Well, it is morning. That's
what
I'm
morning?
happy.
Okay.
That's what but I'm lazy. I'm telling you. So lazy that I skip over it, and I shouldn't. It's bad for me because that really is when I feel best.
I love it. But it's a struggle still.
Yeah,
it's so complicated.
Yeah, that's
right?
the layers to this.
Very Scorpio.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to do number 3?
Okay. All right. Question number 3. Are you a lover or a fighter?
Yeah, it is 50-50.
Okay.
Straight in the middle.
Yeah, for sure, 50-50. I don't know, man. Maybe 51% fighter. I'm pretty jaded at this point.
I like the one.
I'm definitely more of a fighter right now, for sure. I'm in fighter mode. I'm not. I have no time.
Well, that's kind of a good thing though, because then you can access both sides as needed. If you want to lean into one side more than the other, it sounds like that's probably easier to do.
You don't feel stuck on one side.
I personally feel like for the last approximately 2 years, ever since the day I started working with the Norse gods, I've been in fight mode. Super motivated to be very disciplined and focus on myself and my career and not continue wasting my time trying to find a relationship all the time, which is something I did that was
it turns into
I'm so sick of it.
A loop.
Yeah.
Those can be really motivating in that way, working with them.
Yeah, for sure. And it's been the most amazing experience. I've been intentionally single for almost 3 years.
Oh, wow.
And completely changed my life. It's been fucking great.
That's really cool. I like that. I don't think I've ever intentionally done that. I've been single for long periods before, but it was not.
This is my second time doing it. I did it once when I was 22 also.
Wow.
Was it just as empowering then?
Totally. Yeah. I moved far away from everybody and started over, and it was cool. It was a good time.
Good.
All right. Number 4. Generally speaking, are you more of an ask or tell type of person?
Tell.
Right away. I love that.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you right now. I'm a
Let me tell you what.
That was a confident answer.
That's how we know it's accurate.
Mhm.
It's true.
For sure. I don't mean, like, I definitely exhibit like a bit of the tyrant trait of a Leo, for sure. You know, I just, like, in my day job, like, I usually have 1 or 2 people working for me, and like, it's got to be done right.
Right.
The king said so.
It has to be a certain
Good
way.
to
And that's kind of been my approach to everything in life, is it's got to be a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And that to my detriment in so many social situations, but at work, it's, you know, always really served me really well. For sure, something I needed to tone back in my personal life, and I did. And that's like one of the changes I've made over the last few years, like in terms of becoming a better person on my own.
I like it. Very much a tell person. I think that's a good quality. I love a Leo moon for so many reasons, but like they just express. Like I like the expressiveness.
Yeah,
and, like,
a lot of those.
forthcoming. Yeah, I'm a fan of the Leo moon. We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
And
No,
Scorpio
you know what?
rising.
I love my I love not all of my chart. There are parts of my chart I don't. But I do love my big 3, even though there's a lot of tension and a lot of like inner fighting.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like, here's what I think. I think squares are very motivating in general.
Yeah, because you're having to work through a friction all the time. And but with being a tell person, I feel like I'm not sure. I haven't seen your whole chart, but you know, Scorpio rising can be pretty direct.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah. I always wonder, like, I'm pretty good at knowing what's what, you know, what side of me is taking control or acting
You
out
can
in that
feel
moment.
it.
But sometimes with Leo and Scorpio, it's like they tag team.
I
You know,
love it.
they're both on board with whatever's happening.
They're both activated so strong with that square.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Okay, we'll keep going. Number 5. Generally, are you more focused on people or tasks?
Currently, tasks, 100% tasks. That's been like a really pleasant change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like people anymore. The only people I like are the people I invite on my podcast. Like you guys.
Yes.
Literally, those are the only conversations I want to have.
That is amazing. You can be selective about the people that you choose to interact with, but tasks, much better.
Well, okay, but
It's like you're choosing when to do either
roll
one.
it back for a minute, because as I was saying before we started doing this, I had a very stressful day.
Okay.
And I'm exaggerating a little bit, because in my own practice as a tarot reader, like I love my clients, and I really enjoy working with people who are actively working on themselves.
Yes.
And I feel like that's the kind of client I have, and I love my clients. And they're like my 2 students, they're awesome people. But I am kind of sick of like I don't know, all the noise.
Yeah. I call it
could be
the 3D kind of version of people. Like not.
Well, I don't want to. I don't know. I don't want to put anybody down or seem judgmental. I just there's too much noise. There's just too much noise. Yeah.
Agreed. Agreed.
It's a lot to be distracted with.
Yeah, for sure.
And sometimes you
got
gotta
a lot
choose.
to be upset about, and it's like, oh, it's a good time to practice Zen.
Yes.
Yes, it
and
is.
intention.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I feel what you meant. Number 6. Would you consider yourself a planner, or what other methods do you use to move through life?
Okay, yeah. So to an extent, I am a planner. I do tend to plan out my next day every day. That's a ritual I've had for a very long time. And to an extent, I have some like long-term goals, loosely. Being really honest here. But I'm a super ADHD individual, and I tend to just live in the moment. And I find that the more I try to force myself to be a planner, the more my plans just fall apart.
I get that.
And the more I just live in the moment, the more everything just comes together.
I vibe with that hard.
Yeah.
I am the exact.
It works.
opposite.
If you when you fight yourself,
Yeah.
nothing good really manifests from it.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how you are, right? Like if you're like I'm a pretty right-brained individual, I would say. But if you're like a very, very left-brained individual and you want to plan out your whole week, your fucking wardrobe and everything, that's cool. But you should roll with that.
Attacked.
Like if that's you. You know what I mean? It's not the one way is better than the other. It's that you should do you.
Exactly. Like what works best for you and your energy and your chart.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's so funny. I'm
Yeah,
so
because we've had the
opposite.
same conversation. I'm so happy to hear someone else say it the way I say it.
Yeah, I feel like that resonates a lot for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to move us on along to question number 7. How do you feel? I feel like I already know the answer, but how do you feel about taking risks in life?
Pretty good. I do it all the time.
That's
for
what I
sure.
figured you'd
That's
say.
something I excel at.
You excel at risk.
I honestly felt like that was going to be your answer. I felt like it was going to be like, no problem. Yes, risks are great.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, risks. I do ridiculous things. I was born in California and I live in Canada now. Like there are so many stories I could tell you of ridiculous things I did. And I don't regret any of them at all. A lot of them were a lot of fun and a lot of them were really dumb. And yeah.
That's
Good
amazing.
times.
Yes, we'll have to have like a thing where we maybe hear some of your stories sometime. That would be really fun. I'd love to hear some of these.
These might not be stories you want to
Yeah,
I
I
don't
feel
know
like we need
about
a separate event to review these stories.
It would have to be like not for YouTube.
like a Patreon.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like
Yeah.
for Dark Alignment Patreon, like that would be amazing to have you come on and just tell us some of these stories and talk about which signs,
Oh,
which of your
no.
placements are responsible.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
I could totally do that.
I love it. I think it'd be
I
fun.
could talk about yeah. I mean, I don't know. I could dunk on every sign, but
Right.
there are
That's
some
how it
I'm
goes.
hyper incompatible with. That's for sure.
We can just roast ourselves and talk about the dumb things we've done.
I'd love that. Sounds good.
I would love that, actually.
Sounds like a blast. Yeah.
Okay, self-astrology roasting. We'll put that on the
Yes, I wish I should have brought my stuff to write it down. It's across the room.
list. I'll have to edit so I'll remember.
Okay.
Number 8. How would you? Okay, hold on. I couldn't read it for some reason. I glitched out.
I blacked out for a second.
All right, number 8. How would you say you handle pressure?
I would say I handle it medium well. Like, I don't enjoy it anymore. I used to be in a very high pressure career and I really thrived on it, but it made me like an angry person and I wasn't into it. And, it's like a yucky energy to me. But I'm absolutely not going to crack under pressure. Like if you put pressure on me, like what's going on with my day job now, like I'm just going to fight until I win. But I don't, my back hurts, I'm tired, I'm all wired and I don't really enjoy that. But, I'm certainly capable of doing it.
Yeah, I don't know that. I guess some people do actually enjoy it, but it's like just being able to push through it, I think, is half the battle.
Yeah, I
I think
didn't
I
ask
just
if you
burnt out.
enjoyed it, so that's a good answer.
Yeah.
I was a chef and I worked in fine dining. I did this for
wow.
many years and a very stressful job. And I really loved it when I was in my early 20s. By my late 20s, I was kind of like, why am I still doing this?
Right.
I love cooking. I have always loved cooking since I was a little kid. But like the pay is shit. You get treated like garbage. You end up treating other people like garbage as a result. It's, there's a lot of like trauma and vicious cycles happening in fine dining kitchens. It's pretty intense.
It sounds intense.
Every cooking show I've watched has made that seem like that's the case.
Oh, that shit you see on TV, that ain't shit. That's nothing.
Because
right?
that's
the people I
toned down.
work for make Gordon Ramsay look like a shy pussycat. Like that
Oh my
ain't
God.
shit.
It's amazing.
It makes sense that it'd be worse in person.
Yeah.
That's the safe for TV stuff, man.
All right. Question 9. Who in your life do you feel knows you best?
Mm-hmm. But the really super sad answer to that is definitely nobody.
Every Scorpio placement.
My 6-year-old.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you know what? I have a small group of super talented occultists who are really close friends of mine, and we're all friends with each other, and they're my support system, and I fucking love those guys. So them as a group, like all of them.
No, I like that too.
I like that.
Yeah. If chaos magicians had covens,
Yes.
you know.
That's really special to have a group like that.
Yeah, and they're the most inspirational people and the most powerful occultists, like, in terms of magical ability that I've ever known. I'm super super grateful to call them peers.
I love that so much. That's how I feel about like our little group of witchy friends. Like it's kind of that way.
Yeah, it does get that way.
It's special.
Number 10. What do you love about yourself in this life you're living right now? What's great about being you?
Fucking everything.
Yes.
That's the most Leo answer of all time. No, I'm a really happy person. I love my life very much, and I'm very. I love me. I think I'm great,
Mm-hmm.
and took a long time for me to get there, and yeah, it's awesome. And it was through astrology and tarot and occultism that I got to be, and I feel like I am currently like definitely the best version of myself that I've ever been.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
And I fucking love it, because I suffered from like very serious depression and anxiety for most of my life, and it's, I don't, and it's fucking wonderful. And that was the whole reason I started the podcast and doing tarot readings, because I just want other people to experience the same thing.
That is amazing. I love that answer so much.
I feel the same way about finding spirituality in this way.
I think everybody does,
Mm-hmm.
right?
It's so
Almost
helpful.
everybody.
Number 11. Are there any life mottos you consciously live by?
So many. Like I have. You remember that movie, Zombieland? How the kid has like this long list of rules. Like, yes. I've got the kind of the same thing going on. And they're, these are little things that I don't have them. They're not poetic. I couldn't recite them, but I do have a long list of personal codes that I live by that are super important to me. I was talking to a friend earlier today, and I said to her, one of the things a philosophy that I live by is that I don't owe anybody anything. Like, I don't owe you shit. I wake up every day and decide to work hard and be a good person because I want to. That I don't owe anybody anything, right? That's like, I think that's the key to feeling free, while also like understanding that it feels good to do good.
Mm-hmm. And it creates a healthy balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 12. What advice would you give your younger self or someone with similar placements as you on their chart?
This is gonna sound insanely narcissistic. I'm so sorry. I'm so happy with who I am and how I got here, because it was hard. It was really hard. I suffered a lot as a kid. A lot of shit happened, and I went through a lot as a young adult too. But I wouldn't say anything to my younger self. I would give myself a really big hug. But I think that would be it. You know what I mean? Because that's what I needed that I didn't get when I was, sorry. But I know that's what younger me really needed. But I'm, even the like really, really, really terrible things that have happened in my life, like, I'm truly grateful for all of them, because I'm happy with where I am now.
That makes sense. It doesn't sound narcissistic.
No, that was a beautiful answer. Actually, it was not narcissistic at all. So,
I'm just saying, like, I mean, behind all that, the Leo in me is saying, like, well, no, you're great exactly the way you are, so don't change anything.
Yeah. But I see I think it's good.
Yeah.
I think it's good. Yeah. Bonus question. Actually, Do you want to do the bonus question?
I would love to.
I got so excited.
I'm really honored right now that I get to do the bonus question. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, I just needed to feel it. How do you feel about each of your sun, moon, rising placements, and what does the rest of your chart look like?
Okay. I feel really, really good about my sun, moon, and rising placements. I like the difficulty. I like the challenge of it. I like the lessons it's taught me. For example, one of the things that I've learned through the experience of my sun, moon, and rising that I always try to pass on to my clients and students is that when you get the three of them in alignment, that's when you can manifest. That's when your magic is really like pointed at something. Is when you. I'm not super duper fond of my Mars in Cancer. Don't particularly love that placement. It's kind of rough. I was definitely like an emotionally reactive person. It's something I really had to work on that like I can't stand about myself. So
that's a hard one.
That's a rough one. And the most interesting placement to me in my chart, because it really helped me decipher something that I offer as a service now, which is the Arrow of Destiny reading. Is my North Node placement. I think that's probably the most interesting part of anybody's chart, because it really speaks to what they came here to do. Right? And I love that, and I love putting the pieces together through other systems to like find a real answer there, and you can do it, and it's just incredible. You know, it's the really it's the roadmap that your soul created for itself before you came here. That's how I look at it.
I feel that.
Where's your North Node? What sign is it in?
Gemini in the 8th house.
Okay.
I love that. I love that for your the direction you've been moving to.
Yeah, for sure. It makes so much sense. That's why, you know, like when I really started to learn astrology, right? And I bit by bit, I'm very much a student of astrology. But when I started to understand it a little bit better, I realized like this is dead on. It's not. It's not a coincidence. It's not occasional. Like this is
exactly
extremely accurate.
What projects are you currently working on, and where can we connect with you?
Okay, so my only project is the Order of Chaos podcast, which I am behind on, and I apologize to everybody. I'm in the process of moving. There's a lot going on with my family, so but that podcast is like my baby, and I love it so much. And I do have a new episode coming out, I think tomorrow. It'll be a few days ago, probably whenever you post this, whatever. But I have a new episode with Matt Warren that I'm very excited about. And that's my project. That's my little baby, and I'm going to continue to grow it because I love it. And of course, I offer tarot readings. But my business model is I am here for you if you need me. You know, I'm helping people is kind of what it's all about for me. But yeah, I got my little esoteric business, and then I've got my insane life outside of that. You can, of course, watch the podcast on YouTube, youtube.com/The Order of Chaos. You can find me on Spotify, www.theorderofchaosmagic.com. That's MIGICK. And Instagram.com/The Order of Chaos.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'll put all your links too.
Yeah,
so anyone watching this, look wherever the words are and get the links.
And check out the episode that we all did together.
Yeah, we did. We were guests on your podcast, and it was such a good time.
Yeah, it was so fun. A lot less tech issues when we did it with you, so I'm gotta learn the ins and outs.
It's been getting worse, man. Sometimes I wonder if it's not like you guys know the magnetic poles are flipping. Like Earth's magnetic field is rotating at a crazy alarming rate, and like so much of it's like messing up GPS already.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I wonder because or maybe it's just Zoom sucks.
Right.
That's probably it.
Could be a lot of things.
That's my
It's
vote.
not some big grand fucking thing. Maybe Zoom just sucks.
Actually, Zoom is trash, and
And then all of a sudden it just shuts
And
down.
then it just shut. Yeah, it's gonna like
It's probably
self-destruct.
listening.
It knows
We
we're
need to-
talking shit.
We need to be nice.
It knows I'm running my mouth.
I would definitely, something I want for the podcast is to get off of Zoom and find another platform that works better. For sure.
Yeah, like something super
I've been working
reliable.
on Zoom since the beginning, and it's frustrating.
I only do video chat interviews when I like really want to do it because I know it's going to be a hassle. I know it's going to have issues.
Yeah, it's hard.
So we appreciate it. We appreciate you
Yeah,
coming on
thanks
here
for
and
having
sharing
me
with
on.
us, dealing with tech issues.
Mercury retrograde, man.
Oh, that's
yeah.
also
Okay, do you have any similar placements? Did you relate to our Scorpio rising double Leo guest today? If so, please tell us in the comments. We'd love to see it. I know he'd love to see it. You can always like and subscribe, follow me on all my platforms. I'm erucarose everywhere, and these are Sun, Moon, Rising interviews. Yeah, wishing you all the love always. Bye.